Now, in high definition, coverage you can count on. This is WTVM News Leader 9.
New red light cameras in Phoenix City will have drivers hitting the brakes. We'll have a live report on the city's plan to keep drivers safe. Plus, an historic building in Montgomery falls apart today. We'll tell you about the century-old structure that unexpectedly fell to the ground.
And a few showers and storms out there as expected today. But what about that weekend weather? We'll have a look at that for you coming up.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for News Leader 9 at 6. I'm Barbara Goche. Jason is off. Topping our news tonight, the addition of new red light cameras in Phoenix City has drivers proceeding with caution. Plans are in motion to add 4 new cameras in 3 new locations over the next few weeks. News Leader 9's Tyrone McCoy joins us live now in Phoenix City to outline this new plan. Tyrone?
Well, Barbara, Phoenix City Police Chief Ray Smith says that crashes have decreased at the one location where they had the cameras that they put in since last April. That's 13th Street and Broad Street. Crashes have decreased by 36%, and they say that they want to have that same kind of luck at locations all throughout the city. So they're going to put in some more cameras, and residents say that their opinions have them a little caught in the median.
If we're going to get technology to do the police job, we don't need the police then.
Yes, they do need more, and that will slow the traffic down, make them start respecting the law.
Mixed reactions filled the roadways of Phoenix City as the city announced adding more red light cameras around the city.
There will be 2 cameras at the Broad and 13th Street location. That'll be an additional 1. The other locations that we've identified as being problematic is at Crawford 17th, at Opelika and Crawford Road, and at Stadium Drive and Somerville Road.
Each time a driver flies through a red light, the camera at one of these locations will flash their license plate and then mail a $100 fine. An event Chief Ray Smith says happens an average of 430 times a month at the 13th Street and Broad location.
Every vehicle is monitored of whether they violate the stop sign or stop light or not. Those are in turn reviewed by officers. The officers make a determination if the violation did in fact occur. So it's like having a police officer at that location 24/7.
But Lewis Tisdale disagrees with Chief Smith, calling the devices a waste of money.
It's extra money going somewhere, and it's money that the states say they don't have.
It's a concern I took to the folks in charge.
This fiscal year, the first 8 months of this fiscal year, we generated $157,343 in revenue net to the city.
All going into the city's general fund. Smith tells us this is after the city pays about 55% of the money from traffic light fines for equipment rental and to the state of Alabama. Its equipment city leaders say was long overdue.
This is not new technology. It's not a new idea. It's just something that we finally come to the point that we think that we need to leverage that technology.
Now, the new red light cameras like the one that you're seeing right now here on Broad Street and 13th and the one at Crawford Road and 17th Avenue have already been put in place. Now, the one on Somerville Road and Stadium Drive was being put in place earlier today. Now, Chief Smith tells me that these traffic lights all around the city are expected to go live by the end of July. For now, live in Phoenix City, Tyrone McCoy, WTVM News Leader 9. Back to you, Barbara.
All right, Tyrone, thank you. Meanwhile, also out of Phoenix City tonight, the council approves a nearly $4 million plan for a new radio system. All new at 6 tonight, the newly approved plan will allow all city employees with the radios to communicate with each other. $1.3 million has been set aside as a down payment for the new system. More than $2.5 million more will have to be borrowed next year to pay for the new equipment.
It's not just buying a bunch of new radios. You're building, the entire telecommunications infrastructure with 200- 300-foot towers with the computer systems and servers that will serve that system.
City leaders say the idea has been in the works for around a decade. Happening right now, emergency responders investigate a partial building collapse in downtown Montgomery. This is video of the scene just 2 hours ago. The historic Weber building was constructed in 1860. It was a theater before it was repurposed into a department store. The building hosted performances by John Wilkes Booth, an actor who later assassinated President Abraham Lincoln and was the scene of an early civil rights movement protest. Montgomery's fire department chief says no injuries have been reported and an investigation is underway.
And as expected out there on this Thursday, some showers and thunderstorms in progress at this hour. We've already seen some rain today, but here's what's happening right now. Some showers lined up from just to the north and east of LaGrange, down Interstate 85 into parts of East Alabama. Most of those showers in Chambers and Tallapoosa counties, and the rain moving off to the east and northeast. We've seen a batch or two of showers come through today. We'll keep the rain chance in the forecast out there for you as we go through the rest of the evening. And as we check temperatures, we find things are a little cooler thanks to the rain. 83 in Columbus, 80 degrees in Auburn, and 78 down in Albany. So we've seen more clouds than sun for a lot of the day today. Never really able to warm up all that much. Here's your forecast for the rest of the evening. We will stay in the 70s or 80s, and we'll keep the rain chances going till at least 9 or 10. Then most spots dry beyond that, and we'll do it all over again for your Friday. But we'll have more details and some changes by the weekend coming up for you, Barbara.
All right, Derek, thank you. There are more than 1 million people living in the U.S. with HIV, and Georgia ranks 6th highest in the nation for the disease. Tomorrow is National HIV Testing Day, and medical professionals are urging everyone to get tested. News at 9's Sarah Lim looked into various organizations offering free confidential testing tomorrow. She joins us now in the newsroom with more details. Sarah?
Hey, good evening, Barbara. There will be free confidential HIV testing tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Columbus Health Department. And Chattahoochee Valley Better Way Foundation is hosting their free testing session at the Columbus Public Library from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. as well. About 2,300 people in West Central Georgia have HIV, and Pam Fair with the Columbus Health Department encourages everyone to get tested. And Juanita Hubbard with Better Way Foundation explains many people often refuse to get tested because they're simply afraid of the outcome.
It's going to be very simple because we don't have to draw blood to get your HIV test. We actually are going to use an oral swab, which takes about 20 minutes.
You would be surprised of the people that don't want nobody to know. But I always tell people, don't worry about what the people say. You got to worry about yourself.
Now, experts say early diagnosis is important to take steps to protect your health. There are tips to prevent HIV infection, practice abstinence, use protection, limit the number of your sexual partners, and avoid participating in other risky behaviors. So just make sure to visit our website at WTVM.com and click on the full story to see where else you can go to get tested for free tomorrow. In the newsroom, I'm Sarah Lim for WTVM News Leader 9.
All right, Sarah, thank you. And screening for breast cancer has reached new dimensions. A technological advance in the detection of breast cancer now being offered to all women in the Chattahoochee Valley. News at 9's Brittany Dion joins us now with details on the test and how much it will cost you. Brittany?
Well, that's right, Barbara. It's quite the breakthrough in breast cancer detection. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in women. A new 3D imaging machine can detect even the smallest amount of breast cancer earlier and more efficiently than traditional mammograms by as much as 29%. The 3D machine takes multiple rapid pictures from all sides, giving doctors a 3D image of the breast and breast tissue. Now, being that the technology is so new, it is not yet covered by insurance companies. I spoke with Dr. Todd Lewis with the Columbus Diagnostic Center today. He says the extra cost to patients is worth it.
It's $45 per study. So when you do a cost-benefit analysis on that, I think it probably is worthwhile for most patients to pay that extra money if they can. And it allows us to see very early breast cancers more efficiently, and so it decreases the callbacks, and in the long run it saves the patient money.
Now, the 3D image helps decrease the number of patients called back for false positives and having to get more tests and biopsies. Dr. Lewis says Columbus Diagnostic Center is the only place in Columbus that offers the new technology to anyone wanting the test. He also says the 3D machine does have a drawback or two. Head to our website at WTVM.com after this newscast to find out more. Back to you, Barbara.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Coming up here in the news, 6 crowds of Americans gather across the country to watch the U.S. take on Germany in the World Cup today. We'll show you how Auburn soccer fans celebrated the occasion. And your stocks in for today. The Dow Jones closing down 21 points. The NASDAQ a little down, also a little bit more than a half a point.
You're watching News Leader 9 with Barbara Gauthier, Jason Dennis, meteorologist Derek Kincaid, and Dave Platt with sports.
Welcome back. Now we have a spoiler alert for World Cup fans. The United States did reach the knockout stage despite losing to Germany this afternoon. News Leader 9's Elizabeth White explores how World Cup fever is impacting local businesses. She joins us live now from our East Alabama newsroom to explain. Elizabeth?
Good afternoon, Barbara. Downtown Auburn businesses, they know how to throw a watch party considering the area is home to Auburn University athletics. This morning, Mellow Mushroom in downtown Auburn opened just a bit early, around 10:30, to welcome in a World Cup watch crowd. The game, however, did not go as hoped, but the United States will still move on. Germany beat the U.S. men's team 1-0 in a rainy, soggy match. Thomas Mueller's 55th minute goal clinched the win in Group G. Still, the Americans will head on to the second place with Portugal defeated Ghana 2-1. Now, Team USA fans watched the match while eating pizza and hanging out with their friends at the Auburn restaurant.
It's really nice because this is a college town. Auburn is a great place. We're all here for the summer, taking classes, working hard, and the fact that they put up a little extra for us, opening at 10:30 and having some specials and, helping our wallets out too. It's great, that we can come here and watch these games and enjoy, and it's all so close to each other. It makes a big difference. It's a lot of fun. They have a great time. We have a great time.
The World Cup is good for business, especially during the slow summer season when most students are out of town in Auburn. So businesses are capitalizing in on World Cup fever as much as they can. The Americans will play the Group H winner, likely Belgium, but possibly Algeria, Monday in Salvador. So most every sports bar and restaurant in the Opelika and Auburn area are creating watch party specials for World Cup fans. The local movie theaters are also showing the games on their big screens, and the fun, of course, will continue now that the USA is advancing. Go Team USA. Reporting in East Alabama, Elizabeth White, WTVM News Leader 9.
All right, Liz, thank you so much. Well, good day to get out there and play soccer, albeit very, very hot today, but I think it stayed pretty clear, Derek, right?
Yeah, most folks around here, even if they saw some rain, it didn't last for very long. I think we'll see a similar setup tomorrow. Then hotter weather as we get you ready for the weekend. Check out those high temperatures creeping back up to the mid-90s. We'll tell you all about that coming up in your forecast right after the break.
Weather coverage you can count on from Storm Team 9 and the area's only live Doppler 9.
Well, after some early afternoon clouds and showers here in the Fountain City, it has turned out to be a nice day. 83 right now. A view live from our Alpha Insurance Skycam at the Ashley Furniture Home Store. Low this morning at 73. A nice blue sky with a few clouds mixed in there. Not too bad of a Thursday for us. Let's go over to Truview Max. I want to remind you about the WTVM Fan Club. If you have a new or gently used fan, you can donate it to the Gills Auto Sales locations across the valley, and they'll get them over to the Valley Rescue Mission. Help folks out as we prepare for the hot summer ahead. Let's talk Weather Watcher reports today. Most spots really not getting that hot today thanks to those clouds we talked about. The temperature only 84 from the Grantham to Smith Station. John Morgan down in Phoenix City 85. He had a little rain today out there as well. A few spots reporting some showers. 12/100ths of an inch from Johnny Craven up in Manchester. A trace from Nancy down in Casita. A trace as well from the Big Bees and Seals. So some showers really not amounting to all that much out there across the valley. Let's talk about weather for the next 24 hours. Our trend will be for temperatures to stay in the 70s and 80s for the next couple of hours. And then as we head into the day tomorrow, more warm weather for us. We'll top out at 91, but that will be very dependent upon when the showers and storms pop up. If it's a day like today and we have the clouds and rain around early, we might not make it into the low 90s, but if it holds off till later in the afternoon, or if we don't see any rain at all, there's a chance we could be a little warmer than that. Here's what's happening right now. Most spots dry, but the showers back off to our north and to our west. We're looking at some rain moving into northern parts of Meriwether County, raining now in the city of LaGrange. Also, those showers extend back into Chambers County, just to the east of the city of Lafayette, east of Highway 431. Little shower there. You might hear a rumble of thunder with this, but these again are showers that aren't lasting for very long and they're not causing any major problems out there. But we'll continue watching the rain back off to our west. Some of those showers as they move on through might provide more rain for some spots later on this evening here across the Chattahoochee Valley. As we did talk about, the clouds and showers today have have cooled things down a bit. 83 in Columbus, 80 degrees in Auburn, and 86 down in the city of Eufaula. And I think as we go into the weekend with the warmer weather that we're going to see, the rain chances should drop back down. So a lower coverage of showers and storms for Saturday, Sunday, and on into early next week. And don't forget, you can get that forecast update on the weather tab at WTVM.com. Our Alpha Insurance Sky Cams, the interactive radar, and the Hurricane Center all on there for you to check out. 71 tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Our high tomorrow at 91 with the afternoon and evening chance of showers, and in Auburn and Opelika down to 69 for a low tonight, and highs tomorrow afternoon 88 over in East Alabama. Over the next 7 days, we will look ahead to the warmer days as we get you ready for next week. Next week, a lot of folks might be traveling 4th of July week, and the weather looking very warm around here, guys.
That looks like a good forecast for the beach, which a lot of people may do for the 4th of July
Similar
weekend.
story down there too. Warm, that chance of a shower or storm, but most spots dry for a pretty long time during the day.
All right, sounds good, Derek. Thank you.
All right.
Well, coming up, the SEC is victorious again. We take a look at how the Vanderbilt Commodores get it done at the College World Series and at the World Cup. Even with the loss, the United States advancing to the knockout round. We have the highlights from the game straight ahead. And college basketball stars are just minutes away from the NBA draft. Who will be called first? Stay with us. Sports coming up next.
Typically, after a loss, there isn't much to celebrate, but thanks to a win by Portugal, Americans will be cheering on the U.S. in the round of 16. At the FIFA World Cup, the U.S. taking on Germany scoreless until the 55th minute. USA's keeper Tim Howard makes the initial save off the header, but Thomas Muller buries the rebound to give Germany the lead. And in extra time, USA with a late chance, desperately trying to tie the game. Clint Dempsey's header attempt just wide of the net. Head coach Jurgen Klinsmann, who was a part of the 1990 West Germany World Cup championship team, just can't believe it. But it's still all smiles because the U.S. is advancing to the knockout round at consecutive World Cups for the first time in the team's history. The match didn't end the way Americans were hoping, but they will advance courtesy of this guy, Cristiano Ronaldo. The same guy who was the reason for the tie in the U.S.-Portugal match seals the deal for the win for Portugal over Ghana. So for that, we say thank you, Ronaldo. Portugal wins it 2-1. It looks as if the U.S. will take on Belgium or Algeria in the knockout round. Tonight is the night. Will it be Andrew Wiggins or Jabari Parker? The debate will be settled in less than an hour. Who will be selected as the #1 overall pick in this year's NBA draft? Andrew Wiggins was projected since last June as the first overall pick, but some predictions point out Duke's Jabari Parker's ability to immediately have an impact on the court. The Cleveland Cavaliers have the first overall pick. The Milwaukee Bucks right behind them with pick #2 for Jabari Parker. He's not worried about the draft spot as long as it's the right fit.
Just getting the chance, you know, being a top draft pick, that's going to go down in history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even in the lottery. I think a lot of the guys will, safe to say, that they're glad to be in this position. It's all about going with the team that needs you or that wants you, because if they don't necessarily want you, they won't pick you. So I got to pick. I just got to be all in with who's committed.
The draft gets underway tonight at 7 Eastern. In college baseball, the SEC reigns supreme. Vanderbilt won their first ever national title in any sport after a win over Virginia in the College World Series. It came down to a deciding game Wednesday night. Score tied at 2 into the 8th, and Vandy's John Norwood's solo shot to left gave Vandy the go-ahead run. Norwood went 3 for 3 on the night. That was the Commodores' first home run in over a month. And then it all came down to pitching in the ninth. Adam Ravenel delivers the final strike, and Tim Corbin and the Commodores win it in Omaha 3-2. Over at Troy, the Trojan baseball team finding more productivity on their pitching staff thanks to former Smith Station standout Mark Skinner. He played shortstop and pitched for Smiths. Skinner was named Sun Belt's Conference Freshman of the Year. As a pitcher at Troy, he led the league with an ERA of 150. Head coach Bobby Pierce has seen a great deal of development, which has led Skinner to a bigger role on the team.
We've had a strong history of back-end closing type guys, so to put a freshman in that role was a little bit scary for me. So we started him off a little bit slow with Jeremy McGowan there, a more experienced guy, helping him along the way. And then as he gained his confidence and had some success early in the season, he just zoomed.
And that's your sports. Back to you, Barbara.
All right, Kim, thank you. When we come back, Derek has one last look at your forecast. Simone Doughton joins us now with a look at what's coming up on our sister station, Fox 54 News at 7. Hey, Simone.
Hello, Barbara. One Alabama app developer is taking his love for animals and expertise in technology and putting it together to make life a little more enjoyable for your pets. Tonight on the News at 7, find out how a new app can help your four-legged friends join the social media bandwagon.
All righty, there's an app for that. There's an
Yes.
app for everything in there these days. All right, there's an app for the weather.
Always some good ones too, including ours.
Yeah.
That was a good one for you. Let's show you the radar view out there. A few showers, a few storms rumbling through today. Most everything moving from west to east out there. And I think as we go through the nighttime hours tonight, most spots will end up dry. We'll do it all over again tomorrow, and then warmer and drier weather for the weekend. And that trend's going to continue all the way through next week as well. We know there will be rain around each day. The better chances in the afternoon and evening.
Yay, the weekend's almost here.
Almost.
Great. That's going to do it for us tonight at 6. Be sure to join us all back here tonight for News Leader 9 at 11. Updates anytime, WTVM.com. See you.